Welcome. In front of me is a POCO M8, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top right side of the screen, which brings up your toggles, and somewhere between those toggles you should have a screen recorder visible. Now, unfortunately, these toggles do not have any kind of labels, so you'll need to look for basically an icon, which is this one right over here for me, which looks like a camera. Now, you can actually tap on the edit button right here, and when you do, it will show you the names, and you can also actually toggle on the names to be visible in that list. So if I toggle this on, you can see now it's labeled. And additionally, in here, if you don't see this screen recording toggle anywhere, at least here, you can scroll down, and everything with the green plus are toggles that you can add to that list. So these are all ones that are not added by default. And when you see one that you want to add, just click on the plus, check mark, and you can see it's now added. Now, once you see the toggle, you can hold it the first time around, and this will quickly take you to the settings. In here we have some things like the resolution that you can change, which I believe it's already set to the highest one. Yep, so not much to change here. I recommend keeping it at 1080p. Video quality, we have 16 megabits, but we can actually crank it up all the way to 100. Now 100 is an absolute overkill, especially for 1080p, but you could maybe try out something like 24 and see if you get a sharper image. 32 would be the max. I don't recommend going anything above 32 at all. And along with that megabits right here, you have also frame rates. So we can select it to be not cinematic. Believe it or not, 24 is bullshit excuse for a piss poor hardware that companies used to have, like Microsoft. What you're aiming for is 60. 90 is an overkill because not many things really utilize it outside of your phone and probably maybe your computer at home. But for instance, YouTube most certainly does not utilize 90. So anything above 60 is just wasted space on your device, and it's completely unutilized for viewing purposes. So 60 is basically the sweet spot. Additionally, you have the options for sound settings. So we have system, both, microphone, or none. Choose whichever one you want. Orientation, it's set to auto by default, but you can change it to portrait or landscape. Therefore, your video will always be recorded in this kind of orientation, no matter what the actual thing you're recording right now is. And just to kind of put that out there, if you're recording something that is in a portrait mode, but you're recording with a locked landscape. So if I were to record right now, this page would not be filling the entirety of the recording. What I would end up having is, if you take this and if you do, let's see, I'm just gonna try to imitate this. Actually, I don't need to imitate it. I can just record it. Stupid me. So there we go. So now it's locked in landscape mode, which is completely different orientation. So if you now save this and view it from here, I guess I have a protection here. Okay. So what you end up with is this. You can see we have black bars on either side because the video is forcibly recorded in landscape mode. And for landscape mode, the page that you're seeing doesn't adjust. Now, if we were to record it here, actually it flips. Nope, it doesn't flip. Okay, cool. So just know that whatever you will be recording it in might give you different results. And the way the black bars will work when they show up is when you start recording something that is already in a portrait mode and you forcibly do a landscape mode, that will add the black bars. Now, if you open up content, as an example, YouTube, and you full screen it, full screen usually goes into landscape mode, right? So when it does so, that would be actually filling out the entirety of the recording. Additionally, even if you have it set to auto, if we go back to the settings and select back to auto, this also has a little bit of a caveat. It will keep the partially the orientation that you start off with, and it will look a little bit wonky sometimes when you're flipping from them. But generally, when you're starting recording and something switches to landscape, your recording should as well, but this will be a little bit of an iffy kind of thing, because if you start in right now portrait recording and it's looking normal when you're playing it back, and then you switch to, as an example, a game that goes into landscape mode, the game will be filling the entirety of the screen, but what you will see is that it's now sideways, because the orientation is kept in a portrait mode and it's still filling the screen, if I remember this correctly. And we can actually test it out. So we're starting off auto, portrait, and let's open up something that will be in definitely a landscape mode. Bear with me, I think the game, there we go, it's loading. So this is already landscape, cool. So you know, I'm gonna just close this up again and interact with the overlay, stop it. And what we will end up having now is okay, so we still have black bars on sides. I'm not sure why. You can see that this is now full screen, by the way. Yep, so this is now full screen. I'm not sure why I didn't keep it. Let me just try to redo this. Maybe the settings didn't change. So for some reason it constantly records it in a landscape mode, even though it's set to auto, right? Yeah, it is auto. So I don't know if this is something just bugged out for me, because it shouldn't be doing this. It should be just recording it without black bars when you start off. It could also be just adjusting it because I do open up an application. But just know that normally you shouldn't have those black bars like I do. So this is just a bit of a, let's call it an anomaly. But in any case, you already see me start and stop the recording several times, which you can do obviously with the red circle right here. Now, I was using the folder to view my screen recordings, but this is not the only place you need to go to, or you can go to view the recordings, because if you close this, obviously you don't have this button. But what you could do is navigate into your gallery. And I do want to give props. The gallery application on the Xiaomi's is fantastic. I recommend using that over photos, especially that, number one, your screen recordings will be visible right here in the main tab, but you can also navigate to the second one, which are albums. And in albums, you'll find one called screenshots and screen recordings. And when you click on it, depending on where you are captured, the screenshots or screen recordings, you can select it from these two categories right here. And you can see here all the screen recordings that I have captured throughout this video. So anyway, that about sums it up. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.